In this video, I will show you how to properly assemble and operate the EVERLOC Plus XL Power Tool and XL Expander Tool. These tools are used to assemble EVERLOC Plus fittings in 1¼ inch, 1.5, and 2-inch diameters. Before starting assembly, review the warnings and instructions and be sure you understand how to handle and operate the power tools. Both the manual for the power tool and the battery and charger are located in the case. Keep the instruction manuals in the case with the tool and make sure anyone using it reads and understands the manuals. Be sure you're wearing appropriate eye protection, a best practice anytime you're working with the power tool. These tools are battery operated and we want to take care not to use them in wet or damp conditions. And remember, never operate the tool near wires or cables carrying electric current. The EVERLOC Plus XL Power Tool is designed for two-handed operation. Always mount the support handle in one of the 5 handle connection positions across the top of the tool before use. The support handle is a grip and support for your second hand during operation. This is the proper grip of the EVERLOC Plus XL Power Tool. I have my trigger hand firmly around the control handle with my index finger ready to trigger the tool. With my hand in this position, I can easily push the release button with my thumb to release the hydraulic slide at any point during expansion or compression back to the start position. My second hand always grips the support handle. Make sure you keep a secure grasp with both hands at all times during operation. Before inserting the battery, note the safety symbols that alert us of potential pinch points. They're located at the top of the tool housing there, here, here, and here. When you operate the tool, this hydraulic slide will compress, bringing these jaws together, both during the expansion and the compression steps of the fitting assembly. Be sure that hands, fingers, and other body parts stay clear of these moving parts. Always use your index finger to pull the trigger and use your other hand on the control handle, so don't use your support hand to hold the fitting together or pull the trigger with your pinky or anything like that. Remember, if you can hear the tool working or see any part of the tool moving, your hands must be in this configuration. The control handle does rotate 360 degrees, so you can always make your connection efficiently with your hand in the proper position. Again, make sure your finger is off the trigger switch before rotating the tool head. Now that we know how to properly grip the tool, let's assemble it and get ready to make an 1.5 inch fitting assembly. When we assemble the tool, leave the battery out and make sure nothing moves during the assembly process. First, we mount the support handle, which we've already done. Then the compression jaws slide on the top like this. Next, the expansion adapter also slides on from the top. And last, the quick change expander head rotates on like that. The color code of the tool should match all the way across. Since I'm doing an 1.5 inch fitting, I should see blue here, here, and here. That lets me know that I have all the right pieces, as well as the color code for the jaws. So the silver jaw should always be on the silver sleeve side of the fitting connection. Next, I'll assemble the EVERLOC Plus XL Expander Tool. This tool can be used in addition to the XL Power Tool for the expansion steps of the fitting assembly process only. Use of the XL Expander Tool in addition to the XL Power Tool allows for installation efficiencies in some situations. Since this tool only expands the pipe, the only component we have to assemble is the quick change expander head, which goes on like this. Before inserting the battery, note the safety symbol that alerts us of a potential pinch point. It's located at the top of the tool housing there. When you operate this tool, the hydraulic force will expand the REHAU pipe for insertion of the EVERLOC Plus fitting. Be sure that hands, fingers, and other body parts stay clear of those moving parts. This is the proper grip of the XL Expander Tool. I have my hand with my hand firmly around the control handle, my index finger on the trigger, and I can also release the tool with my thumb on the release button on the back of the tool there. A couple examples of how not to handle this tool. If you hold the tool upside down and use your trigger finger like that, that wouldn't be correct. Mostly you want to keep your support hand away from the expansion cone. So when you're operating the tool, hold the pipe a little bit further back, but don't put your hand right on top of the moving parts there. Again, if you can hear the tool working or see any part of the tool moving, your hands must be in this configuration. Now we're ready to assemble a fitting. The tools are properly assembled, so I'll add the battery to the back of the tool now. You have two choices for the expansion step of the fitting assembly. You can use the EVERLOC Plus XL expander tool first to expand the pipe and then rotate, expand again, and do just the compression step of the assembly with the EVERLOC Plus XL power tool. Or you can do both steps with the XL power tool. So you do the expansion step here, slide it down, and use the back of the tool to do the compression step. If you're using both tools, you can take this expansion adapter off, and that saves some weight when you're putting the fitting together. So the first step is always to slide the sleeve on first. If you expand the pipe without that, you won't be able to slide the sleeve on properly. So first I'm going to do that. When I start to use the tool and pull the trigger, if I notice that something isn't right, I don't have my hand in the right position, anything like that, I can always push the release button to release the slide back to the start position. So first I'll expand. Rotate. Now I'm ready to add the fitting. And then, like I mentioned before, the silver jaw will go on the silver sleeve. And that fitting is ready for pressure test immediately. Following these guidelines will help ensure proper handling and operation of the EVERLOC Plus compression sleeve tools and help you make secure EVERLOC Plus joints. If you have any questions, always refer to the product warnings and instructions that are in the case. If you misplace them, they're also available at na.rehau.com/resource center. Thank you.